4-yard gain.
Acord wanted to throw it there, but the Ruffers secondary doing a good job of covering up and forced Acord to keep the ball and get about 4 yards.
Now the ball on the left hash mark. Twins this time go to the right side, wide. Handed off to Thompson, lowers his shoulder, and guess who he runs into? Guess who he runs into? Vernon Pepiakata. Spell that one. It sounds just like it spells, just like it sounds. Sounds just like it spells too. 3rd and 5.
It's a yard on
Play action. Looking to throw deep down the field to the end zone. Overthrown, incomplete. Penalty flag stop late. Oh my goodness.
Oh no.
Oh my goodness. The receiver ran into the defender. Well, that's my viewpoint of it.
I don't think that's going to be the official's viewpoint.
It's not, because there's a yellow hanky hanging around the 2-yard line. Here's the call.
You can hear the fans not happy with that call.
You're no more unhappy than I am, Nick. Pass interference again against the Ruffers, as it was late in the first half. That'll put the ball at the 11-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10.
This one, in my mind, not as definitive as that last one.
So now out of a 1st and 10, play action again, looking to run, looking to throw to the end zone high. Penalty flags are down. Maybe an eligible receiver downfield.
Yep, I think that's going to be
the pass was complete to Talon Kendrick in the end zone for what would be a score, but the officials are bringing this one back. Stillwater fans celebrating. A crucial penalty against the Pioneers. The ineligible receiver downfield will back the play up to the 16. It'll be 1st and 15 for Stillwater. 42 seconds left on. Buckle up, folks. We're going to the wire. Play action, throw it up high to the end zone. It is long, it is caught, it is out of bounds. And another flag comes out of the hip pocket from the side judge.
Way up the field.
And way after the play. That's going to be against the Ruffers, because they're already moving the chains.
But the discussion may be whether that was a catchable pass or not.
Well, there is a discussion between the officials on the field. Distance to the goal, 36 seconds left in regulation. Still 1st down. Pioneers have it at the 8-yard line. Twin receivers out wide to the right. Acord will call the snap. He'll hand it off to Thompson, darting to his left. Submarine and tackled at the 6-yard line.
Tim Moore's there, I see.
Tim Moore's over there, but so are his teammates. Anthony White, I think, was the guy that got at the ankles of the quarterback, or the running back, stopping him at the 6. Stillwater will spend its 2nd time out of the half. Let's pause 30 seconds. Muskogee 28, Stillwater 20. Back after this on Run for Football 2023. The 2023 football season comes down to 2 plays.
We talked about it. We talked about it at halftime. Last possession. 1 possession, just like we said it would be. 2nd and
5 from the 6-yard line. Pioneers out of the timeout have their play call, their personnel they want in a situation. Jones and Tucker to the right. Play action, throw it out in space to the big tight end, pushing forward, short of the goal line at the 3. Pioneers now going to have to hurry. They'll spend the timeout, it'll be their final. But a good open field tackle that time by the Ruffer defender, stopping Ford short at the 3-yard line. Had to go to the 1. 3rd down. That's right. Holden Thompson going to get the handoff. He'll get a block on the edge, and he'll rumble in for the touchdown.
Keep in mind, though, that missed extra point by Stillwater earlier now looms big because they have to go for 2.
A 65-yard drive that comes down to the final 20 seconds.
Thompson with that run caps the 200-yard mark.
Acord is out. Acord is out.
That's a Wildcat with Kendrick in there.
Kendrick and Holden Thompson. The game on the line here. And now a timeout taken by Stillwater. Their final. Their last timeout. This game here, Nick, comes down for the Pioneers to one play. Just as it did a week ago in Ponca City.
Getting ready to say, brings back memories of last week. Remember last week in this situation, Deer Creek was ready to settle for the kick, which would have tied the game, but the Roughers jumped offside twice, moved the ball inside the 1, and the Antlers went for the conversion and didn't get it.
Each team this afternoon has been penalized 8 times. 2 big pass interference penalties on the Roughers. An ineligible receiver downfield against Stillwater in this drive that took the points off the board, but then the Pioneers able to finish it on the run by Holden Thompson. And now Stillwater has one play to try and tie the score.
So will they wildcat it with Kendrick, as they have been?
Kendrick and Thompson are the 2 guys in the backfield. They'll load up the box to the left. Kendrick's going to keep it, duck back to his left. He fights, he stretches. He's short, he's short, he's short. He didn't get it. The ball is loose. The Roughers recover. They'll take over. Stillwater will have, Nick Hampton, a chance for an onside kick. But once again, the Rougher defenders stop it.
Hard to tell who actually was there because
from the reaction to the players coming off the field, no doubt Tion Brewer was there. A host of green jerseys. Everybody has laid it all on the turf here this afternoon.
They just submarined that play from the beginning, and there was nowhere for Kendrick to go.
So now 20 seconds left. Stillwater will have one last gasp opportunity, Nick. On an onside kick.
Last week. Remember last week, Deer Creek executed the onside kick, kicked it perfectly, recovered the ball, but it was ruled they touched it inches before it went 10 yards, and it didn't count. Roughers got it.
Well, my friend Scott Bettis, who's been a part of a lot of broadcasts over the years, 2 of us alongside many times in our times at Northeastern State, tuning in, listening this afternoon, and yes, Scotty, it is dadgum sure exciting here in Edmond.
Well, you know the Roughers are going to be prepared because they were last week, saw this same situation, so they know what to expect.
So for the Stillwater Pioneers with a 28-20 advantage. So for the Stillwater Pioneers with a 28-26 score staring them in the face, have to convert on an onside kick. Here's the kick, the big bounce, ball loose, it's on the turf. There's a fight for it. Roughers appear to have it. We do! Roughers have it! Roughers have it! Roughers have it! And who else but Big Play McGee on the recovery? Roughers will have the football, and yes, Virginia, after 37 years, there will be gold in Muskogee.
Wow, that's all I can say.
There will be gold.
There was some doubt there. That ball was on the ground an awful long time before McGee was able to get over and scoop it up finally.
Nick, you got to stand up and look down below us. The home stands on the UCO sideline are filled with Rougher fans. Touchdown on the knee by Jamarian Ficklin. And Travis Hill, you've got another goal ball. And the Muskogee Roughers today fulfill their dream and will finish the season as the 2023 Class 6A2 state champions. Welcome home. As they say in the Wizard of Oz, there is no place like home. And for the Muskogee Ruffers tonight here at Ruffer Village, it's an opportunity to get on the winning track. Good evening, everybody. Bill Huddleston along with my broadcast friend of so many seasons, Nick Hampton. The Ruffers have played very well in front of the hometown crowd since this Ruffer Village first opened its gates I guess this is the fourth year now, Nick, for the Ruffers to be here at home. They played well, but they're going to have to play well tonight against the visiting Mounties of Rogers High School.
Well, the Ruffers have a 10-game home winning streak on the line tonight, but this Mountie team is one that the Ruffers just barely beat last year on a last-minute touchdown, 33-28. They come in well seasoned, and they have an excellent quarterback and a guy by the name of Jeff Regan, who caused all kinds of problems last year and is off to a good start this year, as the Mounties had a good win over North Little Rock last week.
He's also got another Division I teammate, Braxton Lindsay, the big 6'3", 230-pound senior who has played 4 years for the Mounties. He's headed to BYU after his high school days are done, but he'll have a big impact on tonight's outcome against the Ruffers. The Ruffers have some changes as well, Nick, in personnel. One most notably will be at quarterback.
Stylen McHenry will come in and start tonight. You'll recall, if you followed the game last week, McHenry came in the fourth quarter, got a long 70-yard touchdown pass that got the Ruffers back in the game and really drove them down the field. And, you know, if they'd had another minute and 2 or 3 more plays, the Ruffers may have been able to pull that game out last week. So the coaches were impressed with the job he did in the relatively short time he was there, and he'll draw the starting nod tonight at QB.
One other player that expects to leave his mark on the opponent tonight, that's the linebacker tight end combo of Koda Bardoski. Koda, obviously a very physical, aggressive type nature player, both on the offensive and especially on the defensive side. And perhaps before he's done, he'll crack the 300 tackle career mark as a Muskogee Ruffer. We're going to give you a chance to meet that Ruffer. He wears number 9. His name is Koda Bardoski. As we continue our countdown to kickoff, we're back after this opening break.
Folks, Kyle Edwards, GMC in Muskogee. I was born and raised in Muskogee. Our family has owned the GMC dealership for over 50 years. We take great pride in being in the Muskogee community. Things have changed over the years, but one thing remains the same: our desire to take care of our customers. Looking for a new GMC truck or SUV? We've got them, and you have our commitment to give you the best buying experience around. From sales, parts, or service, we are here for you. You have my promise to give you the best selection, best price, and the most for your trade-in at 1600 North Main in Muskogee or KyleEdwardsGMC.com.
In times of need, it's comforting to see faces of people you know and trust. Cornerstone Funeral Home in Muskogee cherishes the opportunity to be there for you and your family in life's most challenging times, when friends are most important. Cornerstone Funeral Home and Crematory welcomes the opportunity to answer any questions regarding planning and pre-arrangements for you and your loved ones. Experience the difference. Cornerstone Funeral Home, 1830 North York in Muskogee, where you'll find faces you know and reputations you trust.
Countdown to kickoff tonight here at Ruffer Village, Muskogee preparing to take on the Mountaineers of Rogers High School. We give you a chance to meet a Ruffer each and every week. This guy's pretty easy to find because he wears the crooked number 9 and he creates a great deal of havoc defensively. Koda Bardoski. How much fun was it to be getting back into the flow of a game against a real competitor last week?
You know, it seems like the off season is forever, and it's really it's fun getting out there and actually get to go 100% and actually hit somebody.
Now, tonight it's a different challenge defensively than what you saw last week. What have you feel like you've gained from studying game film and going through the practice drills to prepare against Rogers?
They got a quarterback pretty fast, and, you know, we're going to try to keep him contained, and they got that number 14 who's pretty good, and just kind of keep up with him.
Talk to me about your responsibilities at your linebacker spot, what you're looking for to be able to come in and make those bone-jarring tackles.
I'm really just reading the running back the whole time, and I'm just reading guards and filling my hole, really.
Now, I know you're an aggressive style player. It's hard to believe that just some 3 years ago as a freshman, you were playing as a backup quarterback, and here you are as the rock star off the defensive side, you and Kyron Cope. Talk to me about your description of yourself as a football player now here in your senior year.
You know, I play hard, I play to the whistle, and I like to fly around and hit somebody.
Big keys for you tonight in this Ruffer defense for keeping the Rogers offense that put up 41 points last week to a much lower total?
Probably just 11 people to the ball, fly around, play hard, play to the whistle.
Coach Barnowski's our pregame guest here in our countdown to kickoff. Back with head coach Dale Condit when we continue after this timeout on Rep for Football 2025.
In sports, having the right winning strategy is often the difference between winning and losing. The same is true when you need legal representation. For more than 15 years, the law offices of Michael A. Finnerty have successfully provided the winning strategy with excellence and integrity for the people of the Muskogee area in matters of personal injury, social security disability, and workers' compensation issues. The law office, Muskogee trusts Michael A. Finnerty, ready to develop a winning strategy. Michael A. Finnerty, 436 Court Street in Muskogee. Call 687-1155. Online at finnertylaw.com.
Brunt's Barbecue serves up hand-rubbed, slow-cooked goodness. Anytime you're feeding a few hundred, hey, we're just tailgating with friends. Call the experts. Brunt's Barbecue. Ribs, brisket, burnt ends, mouth-watering hot link, and smoked chicken, where everything is made from scratch, from the barbecue sauce to the banana pudding. Give us a try, and you won't be disappointed. Brunt's Barbecue, 918-681-3900. Brunt's Barbecue, slow-cooked goodness in Muskogee.
Rep for Football tonight from the Village. Nice to be back at home in front of the home crowd. We bring in head football coach Dale Condit. Your first venture in front of the home crowd tonight here at Rep for Village. Dale, I know you got to be very excited to be playing in front of the home crowd.
Yeah, for all the players that are new, the coaches that are new, we've been anticipating this day for a long time. We've heard about how great it is to play here at Rep for Village, and tonight we get to experience that. So, yeah, very excited.
Your own evaluation of last Friday night's performance. It went all the way to the end, from the opening kick to the final seconds. Guys never quit.
No, and that was the biggest positive I think I took away was that, there was a point there where I was a little worried about it getting away from us, and our guys dug in and found a way to make a game of it at the end. Obviously not happy losing a game. We're not going to get used to that. But you still got to draw from the positives this early in the season and start chipping away at the mistakes that you made and hopefully come out, a better team each week leading into the district play.
Coaches have for many years told me there's the biggest improvement going from game one to game two because all the game one preparations were against your own kids. Now you've seen somebody different. Now you had a better chance to see your opponent tonight. A big opportunity for this football team to take a big leap, both defensively as well as offensively.
Well, there's no doubt we need to see improvement, and a lot of it's just because so much of it is new, and we're all learning. We're learning about the players, they're learning about our schemes, so there should definitely be some execution improvement. As far as the quality of opponent, these next two are as good as we're going to see. This team is a well-oiled machine. They've played together for a long time. They have some tremendous players, starting with their quarterback, and then, tight end is also a Division I player. So they do a lot of things on both sides to really make you have to work during the week, getting lined up right on defense, picking up blitzes on offensive line. So there's going to be a lot of challenges.
Not only are there schematic changes that you have to implement from game one to game two, but there's a little bit of a mental game between the coaches and the players to make sure that everybody can take from last week's results and turn them into a winning environment here tonight.
Well, you lose a game, and there's going to be some negatives and some outside noise. And what we have to continue to do through these first few games is to stay on the same page with each other. Everybody stay bought in, because I truly believe if this team will stick together, by the time we hit district play, we're the kind of team that can make a run to win a district championship and then set ourselves up to make a run in the playoffs.
Dale Condit, our guest here in the pregame countdown to kickoff. We're going to take a timeout. We'll come back and talk the offensive game plan with Mason Fine, who in his rookie season as the OC is learning how to deal with the pressures of the coaching environment as opposed to being the player on the field. We'll talk with Mason, then Travis Bryant will join us, and then we'll be back with Dale Condit a little bit later for our winning strategy, brought to you by Michael A. Finnerty, attorney at law. But first, this time out, this is Rep for Football 2025.
Pioneer Abstract, proudly serving residential and commercial customers throughout Muskogee County since 1905. Serving banks, mortgage companies, and mortgage brokers with refinancing, purchase, 1031 tax-deferred exchanges, along with full escrow services and more. Pioneer Abstract offers the convenience of centralized services for escrow accounts, title insurance, and title searches. Pioneer Abstract, here yesterday, here today, and here tomorrow at 412 West Broadway in downtown Muskogee, or call Pioneer Abstract at 683-2904.
Green Country has never been more connected. This summer, get up to 4 phones on us. Choose from the newest Apple and Samsung devices. Plus, you can save big with our unlimited talk, text, and data plans. Visit us today in-store or online at bravadowireless.com.
Certain restrictions apply. See store for details.
Green Country has never been more connected. This summer, get up to 4 phones on us. Choose from the newest Apple and Samsung devices. Plus, you can save big with our unlimited talk, text, and data plans. Visit us today in-store or online at bravadowireless.com.
Certain restrictions apply. See store.
Rougher football countdown to kickoff tonight here before the Roughers take on the Mountaineers of Rogers High School. We bring in offensive coordinator Mason Fine. Game 1 in the books for you as the OC and for your offense. Evaluation of last week's performance overall.
Yeah, looking back at it, I think, from afar, look at the scoreboard, right? Pretty dysfunctional. Guess guys not doing their job, not making the right reads, couple of busts here and there. But it's something to build off of. And what I did like is our effort and our continue to fight there to the end of the game. So a lot of things to build off of and just got to continue getting better each week.
Some magic at the end of the ball game. Stalin McHenry comes in midway through the fourth and gets a quick throw for a strike touchdown and then almost comes back with that game-tying score in the fourth quarter. That leads to a change at the quarterback spot tonight.
So we decided to go with Stylen heading into the week. Just the way I think he gives us a chance to win. I think he operates the offense pretty well. He came in with a chip on his shoulder, and he looked calm, and it didn't seem like the lights were too big for him. So we're going to give him an opportunity this week to go out there and lead and command this offense.
What do you as the offensive coordinator say to him as he steps over to take control of the offense so that he stays in the moment and stays calm, cool, and collected and makes the right calls and the right performance?
Well, the biggest thing I liked from last Friday was the way he came out there and he handled himself body language-wise and mentally. I love the attitude of the chip on his shoulder, which I think he carries that himself with something to prove and prove his doubters wrong. So I love that. I wanted him to keep that attitude going because I think we feed off that. But, as an OC to him, just keep being him. Take what the defense is doing. He's a smart guy, and I want him to command the offense how it's supposed to be commanded and just go through our reads and distribute the ball and be sharp in the run game and make all the reads and the checks and then just give us great effort and just be a leader out there.
Rogers has got a lot of talented players on their defensive side. Obviously, a pretty strong defensive muscle. They all know with Little Rock to just 3 points last Friday night in the win. Keys to the offensive success tonight, and what can you do to maybe slow down some of the aggressive nature of the Mounties?
Yeah, I think their defense is complex at times, but man, every player on that side is well coached. They're disciplined. They know their job. They know their assignment. They line up right, and they play hard. So we got a challenge tonight in front of us. But as long as our guys just listen to our coaches, listen to the game plan, and we put them in a position to be successful, and the guys do their job. I like our chances of moving the ball up and down the field. But again, like that Rogers defense is really good. We just got to take care of the ball and do our job and come out with more energy and match, if not be more physical than them.
Is there one particular part of what you can do and will do tonight against Rogers that you feel like will result in points on the board?
I think Rogers gives up some things that they know what they're giving up. We can't get bored taking a profit and doing the same thing over and over again.
Mason Fine with some offensive thoughts on tonight's ball game against Rogers. Back with Travis Bryant and how the Rougher defense will try to stymie an explosive offensive group in the blue and white of Rogers High School. That is our countdown to kickoff continues on Rougher Football 2025.
Final summer sale. It's always big at J. Hodge Chevrolet Muskogee. Buy a new Silverado 1500. Take $10,000 off MSRP. New 2026 Equinox $450 a month, not a lease. Don't overpay. Now through Labor Day, come see Jay. New Silverado, $10,000 off. Own Equinox, $450 a month. J. Hodge Chevrolet Muskogee, 144 West Shawnee.
This land was a tapestry of Indian nations and tiny towns that grew into great cities. Bank First is loyal to the shared mission of growth and success that built Oklahoma. That's why in more than 50 communities statewide, our banks are run by local leaders who stick together and work hard to continue unlocking Oklahoma's great promise. Bank First, loyal to Oklahoma, loyal to you.
Welcome back on Rougher Football tonight for the first time this year at Rougher Village against the Mountaineers of Rogers. We bring in defensive coordinator Travis Bryant. After looking at the game film from last week's ball game, overall assessment with the defensive play.
Yeah, I thought we were pretty solid. There's just a few things we got to, kind of get fixed, getting lined up right, making sure we're in the right calls, and then obviously just making sure we're tackling better. And I think that'll get better and better each week. But, overall, I think we're on the right path. We're in a new system, and it just comes down to playing off each other and getting comfortable with what we're doing.
Obviously, this week, a different opponent because Rogers does so many things offensively. They create a lot of challenges for you.
Yeah, I think this week will be a great test, and I think it's one of those things that, when we get on down the road in district play, that'll really pay off because, they do a lot of different things. So, we're going to ask a lot of our kids as far as, the checks we're making in the back end and coverage, the different calls we're making to their different formations because they're going to get a lot of empty and spread you out. So it's definitely a different style.
They've got some playmakers. I think it starts at the quarterback spot. Jeff Regan, he's a young man who